Whew. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. And Kevin Durant, this is the second time that you choked and disappeared in the fourth quarter. This time you got owned. You was committing turnovers. You got your shot blocked. You was missing shots. You went 0 for 10. All right? This is the playoffs. This is the time where we separate the men from the boys, all-stars from the superstars. And now that you don't got a super team behind you, you can't hide behind multiple all-stars. You're getting exposed. In an era where defense isn't that physical, where it's almost handicapped to a certain extent, you still can't show up when your team needs you the most. And I'm not excluding Kyrie from this too. You went 4 from 13 in the fourth quarter. All right, in the second half or whatever. You disappeared as well too. But you notice that it's going to be heavy onus more on Kevin Durant, because Kevin Durant, you're the one that's presumed as a top 5 player in the league. You're the one that's presumed as the best player in the league, according to some other people, okay? You're the one that was neck to neck with LeBron, right? Remember when y'all was going at 1A, 1B, who's the best player in the world? Well, you're going to have to get judged by that same criteria, all right? You don't get no free pass. You had more than enough opportunities to put your foot on their neck and close this game out, and you failed. You were leading for most of the game, and you failed. You scored 27 points. Yeah, it looks cute on a stat sheet, but you disappear where it counts most. So making those stats empty. This is another example of what I mean by empty stats. It's a different story if you showed up in the fourth quarter and your team lost. Then we could look and analyze and put other stuff into context. But when you disappear in the fourth quarter and you're the main star on the team, it's a complete different situation. All right? That's the difference. Basketball ain't 3 quarters, man. Basketball is 4 quarters. You're supposed to be playing at a high level for all 4 quarters, okay? Not disappearing when the team needs you the most. So those stats mean jack shit, because when the team needed you most, you didn't show up, all right? Even all-time greats, whether it's a Michael Jordan or a Kobe, they still showed up in the fourth quarter a lot. All right? They didn't disappear in the fourth. You know, they either kept their team afloat or they actually closed the game out and won. All right? So it's not about wins and losses. It's how you win. It's how you lose. Because we always got to put it in context, and it weighs on your legacy. Every situation is different. But your situation is a situation failing to provide for your team when they need you most. Okay? You didn't come through when your team needed you most. That's just the fact of the matter. That's just the whole situation. And the fact that you couldn't even score on certain players one-on-one, you're committing turnovers, losing the ball, getting your shot blocked by Jason Tatum. And you're taller than Jason Tatum, by the way. So I'm going to tell you this much. If Kevin Durant played in an era where the defense was more, let's say, physical, when it was more concentrated on, how you think he would have done in big moments? If he can't win with multiple all-stars? If he can't stand on his own 2 feet as a real superstar? Kevin Durant is a superstar, but he may be a number 1, labeled as a number 1, but really masquerading, a guy masquerading as a number 1, but really a number 2. Do you understand where I'm coming from? He may be a real number 2. The fact that he said some things that come questionable, like, hey, I don't want this pressure, I don't want that. You want people to view you as a number 2, right? But you want superstar credit. You want superstar approval. You can't have it both ways. Either you are a superstar and you're number 1, or you're a number 2 and you're a sidekick. So we should be moving this energy towards Kyrie Irving, right? No. You choked. You blow it. And that's on you, Kevin Durant. Period. And you lost 2 games. You're 2 more games to losing in the playoffs. You about to be knocked out in the first round of the playoffs to the Boston Celtics. When you was a team perceived to winning the NBA championships. You guys were favorites to win the NBA championship. I don't want to hear no excuses about your teammates, no excuses about your coach. These games are winnable. Nobody has an edge over nobody. There is no super team in the NBA playing. Everybody has an equal edge. There is no, oh, this guy is better than this guy better than that guy, this team has such and such. No. You better show up and you better play like a superstar. Or it's going to hurt your legacy. And losing this year will hurt your legacy. You may not even make it to meet Giannis Antetokounmpo. So you don't have to worry about Giannis knocking you out in the playoffs because you may not even get there in the first place. Press Sports out. Peace.